I would have them give you try the service for a month before you switch totally over. That's what should be able to happen. Because I'm going, actually, when I get off with you, I didn't want to switch that until after I talked to you. I just want to show you still at this time, since this started, it's probably going close on, yeah, wow. We haven't had a phone. 1919 is still non-existent. We've had problems with Spectrum since the day we had them put Spectrum into our house in Mexico. There was no spec. There was only satellite dishes, and we were trying our third satellite company, and I called Spectrum because I told the satellite company I didn't want to try another company if Spectrum was coming through because they were working the area, and Spectrum said a year to 2 years before they had it in. Well, 2 months later, my neighbor had cable, Spectrum, and I called him pissed off because I had already paid and contracted up with the other company. It took over a year and a half to get that part cleared up, but they installed all the cable lines. When they were installing the main lines that run through the town, the only thing were on our phone poles were little tiny little wires for the electric. That's it. And Spectrum hung them big, the big feeder wires. It broke all the poles. We're right up on the lake, and it broke all the poles. They replaced all the poles, even one in the end of my driveway. But I own a pole in my driveway, and because my girlfriend has a mental brain hit or a TBI injury, she worded it wrong to one of the people. So they said when they were installing the wires to the house, well, she meant the wires, the main wires, so we had cable. She doesn't know the difference where they're coming from. And it broke our pole up, and it's $5,000 to replace it. It's still broken, going back and forth. Then we, after a year and a half, and then they're billing us for product stuff we don't even have. We get it straightened out with the billing part, the phone pole still break, but I say, you know what, Spectrum now it's got mobile. It'll be easier if I go with Spectrum and home, business, and the shop and mobile. Should have never done it because they just started. 1919 is the number I've had for probably good part of 15, 20 years. It's a towing line. They lost it. When the number got transferred, they couldn't find it. It took 2 weeks to get 1919 back. They told me they'll give me a new number. I said, well, I got 6 tow trucks, thousands of T-shirts and no parking signs with our phone number on it. It's not going to do. They get the number back. They had a program if you put 5 phones on some kind of deal. Oh, no, then I left them. Once he got my number back, I left them again. I said, no, I can't do that. Then they had the 5 phone line deal. I said, all right, let's try them again. Since we put 19 back on Spectrum's phone service, that phone line has been down. It's down now. I haven't received a text in probably 5 to 6 weeks. And 2 of our major customers were text only. Honk and Swoop. Swoop is all state. They're road service companies. It has just been, we have talked to probably close to 50 different representatives between residential, mobile, and business. They came rewired my business. They came redid the house. Back and forth, because that's where they thought the problem was. When we were rolling over the phone number from the shop to the towing phone at night, all the lines would go busy. As soon as you call us, it'd go instant busy signal. We didn't know nothing was wrong until we started getting emails and people commenting what shitty it did. And they tried this, and then they had sent me another phone. Originally, had an accident with the first one. It went swimming. They sent me one, but they never took the phone number off the bill. They just sent the phone and added another phone number. So they kept asking me where my third phone is, and we like, what third phone are you talking about? We only have 2. Well, their billing department never took, they screwed up on their billing it. And the lady goes, well, I've taken care of your problems. I said, I still don't have a phone. The main problem is when they call 1919, it goes busy. They send us these SIM cards, no avail, no phone. Then they want the phone. They want us to turn our phone in before we could get another phone. I'm like, listen, we do 911 calls, police calls. We're road service and on and on. We can't get calls. You want us to wait? This is no kid. I'm not telling you. After 5 tickets, 5 repair orders to do this phone, this one phone, 1919, which I still don't have, they aired it to me Friday. I had to pay for it. Any other phone company, you have to go in and just change the phone in. The phone is still not here. They did credit us $108. I said, well, that's beautiful. We sometimes get $225 a call, and we haven't had one on a weekend in 6 weekends. We, after Coronas, and we bounced back, and I went out and got all the people back. We're back working in that. We are now down to, I don't think it's not good. And they don't seem to have, you cannot get, I had Spectrum business class and I had Spectrum residential online at the same time while I was talking with the mobile place. When we figured out it was 1919's phone, which was the problem. And this was the original problem. And when they wouldn't send me the phone, it's because of that. And then this lady's worried about the third phone. I said, are you lady? We are not concerned with the third phone at this point. It was never an issue. The number not functioning. And they don't listen to nothing. They tell you what they want you to do. That they shouldn't be. It's a business line, and they know it. It should be treated 72 hours for a phone. Well, sit on the side of the road while you wait for a call for a tow truck. The company you call is us, and you're sitting there, and you're sitting there, and you're sitting there. Geez, I call Mike all the time. I've had my personal friends say, what do you got going on? You don't ever answer your phones. And even today, oh my God, her voice went away. I've told these people over and over and over, the phone is the only way we make money. And right now, we're not doing nothing. Because they can't text us. We can't text our calls out. We don't have a call. And when you text people a number to text to, they won't do it. And if you call them back from another number, they won't answer because they called one number and they think it's another tow company calling. At this point, there's nothing they really can do. I got to go out and get some of the contracts. We'll never get them back. So we have a major loss and there's nothing they can get back. You know what I mean?